Hey, what's going on guys? Willis here. We're back with another Division 2 video. We're going to get straight into it in this video. I'm going to be showing you a really insane assault rifle build, which does insane DPS. If you guys enjoyed this video, find it helpful, feel free to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you want to, turn on the bell notifications. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm not doing a Negev build with the LMG. If you guys are not aware, pretty much the Negev LMG is doing way more damage than intended. It's actually doing 50% more damage than intended. So that's actually being patched tomorrow or today if you're watching this video. It's been patched already, so it's not going to be as powerful as it was. So I'm going to be showing you guys a really awesome assault rifle build. And basically where you can grab some of the items literally right now if you're watching this video when it's released. If not, these items probably won't be there, so you can probably skip like a minute into the video. So there's a few items right now if you're not aware. One of the clan vendors. So go over to the clan vendor and you can actually purchase a assault rifle, which is just insane. The burnout, it's a named Famas, which we're going to be using in this video. It has pretty much a god roll for headshot damage. It's got perfectly on empty, which is pretty good. And it just has insane RPM with the paired damage. Just look at that. Another thing you can pick up as well is the tactical MK16. Now, what I basically did was I took this and I took the assault rifle damage, the perfect god roll, and I basically just put it on the burnout. But you'll see why I'm not using this burnout in a few minutes. You can also, what we're doing with this build is this is basically a full, I guess, glass cannon DPS build. You can also pick up the NBC gloves. This has 15% god rolled weapon damage. You can put this in the recalibration library and you can forever use this perfect god roll damage on gloves. So make sure you go pick up these gloves. I think there was one more item, not 100% certain. So it was pretty much just the gloves, the MK16 god roll, and the burnout. By the burnout, this is going to be the assault rifle you're using if you don't have a good Famas, which I'll show you right now. So I was actually lucky today and I got a really good rolled Famas 2010. I think this is the new, I guess, custom P416 of Warlords of New York. It has really high damage paired with really high RPM. I have 1035 RPM because of my striker set, which you'll see in a few minutes. Perfect god roll damage. Health damage is pretty high as well, and I've got perfect headshot damage as well. It also rolled with Ranger. The new Ranger is actually really good. So this amplifies weapon damage by 2% for every 5 meters you are away from the target. So just even more weapon damage when you're fighting at longer ranges. My secondary weapon, I'm using a god rolled Pestilence, which I got from the Dark Zone. The new Pestilence actually claps people. It's really good. So the new perk on it, hits apply a debuff dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This stacks up to 50 times. Whenever an enemy dies, with the debuff, all stacks are transferred to a nearby enemy. So this is actually really good for a lot of PvE content where the enemies are grouped together. But in my opinion right now, from all the ARs I've tried, the Famas seems to be the king so far. So my set pretty much revolves around using the Striker set. Striker is extremely powerful. If you can find any pieces of Striker, if you guys are looking to farm it, you obviously know the best way, but if you're just coming back into the division, I can understand you probably don't know where to go. You want to look for places like this. So right now, this is actually perfect. You can go to the Dark Zone and farm up gear sets because this is where the targeted loot is for today. But it also changes every few hours, so you need to check just by going to the map and it'll basically show you where the stuff drops. So right now it's for the Dark Zone. So if you want to farm gear set pieces, just go to these locations. So like I said, the gears are kind of weird in Warlords. It's not really that, I guess, customizable. You kind of have to go full red, full blue, or full yellow. This is going to be a full red build. So as you can see here, I've got the Providence mask for 10% headshot damage. I've also got a nice roll of 14.2% weapon damage on it. All of these are kind of meh. You can kind of have whatever you want, honestly. If you want to have more crit chance, go for it. That's fine. I put crit chance mod on it just for shits and gigs, I guess. But the chest piece, running a striker harness. Obviously, these are the set bonuses here, which I'll go into in a bit. But I managed to get 12.3% weapon damage, 5% critical hit, 3.4 critical hit chance on the mod as well. So for the holster, I've obviously got a striker holster. I've got 13% weapon damage, which is really good. So you can obviously see this build is basically based around Striker set, 2 yellows, 4 pieces of striker, and just stacking a ton of weapon damage. So the chest, or the backpack even, we've got 12.7% weapon damage, really high as well. We got status effect, and we got some critical hit chance. I'm not really going for crit with this build, but if I can put it on, I'll just put it on, to be honest. For the gloves, to finish up the 4-piece, we've got a perfect roll of 15% weapon damage. And once again, if you want perfectly rolled gloves, if you're watching this as the video basically came out, get these, store the perfect god roll, and just transfer it. That's literally all I did. There's a lot of good god rolls this week, which is really, really good. So the next high end I'm using is the Fenris knee pads. Just because I've got the 10% assault rifle damage, it's always good to, I guess, put on 1 piece of gear that buffs whatever damage you're using. So if you're using an LMG, try and get something that has LMG 10%. I've got 14.1% weapon damage, which is pretty high. 11.2% skill haste, which is really nice as well. And 9.3% hazard protection. So I want to explain what the striker set does and why it's so freaking powerful. So basically how it works is every time you hit an enemy with a shot, you're given 0.5% weapon damage. And this will stack up to 50 times. If you have, where is it? I think it's the chest piece. Yeah, if you have the chest piece, this is increased to 100%. So if you're stacking 0.5% 50 times, that's a lot of weapon damage you're just doing just by hitting the target. So it's insane. Also, you get 15% rate of fire. And if any of you guys know Division, having a high rate of fire and high damage is probably the way to go. It's really, really good. Trust me. But I'm going to leave you guys now with some gameplay of this build in action. Let it do the talking. Once again, yeah, the armor's not high. Yeah, the health's not high. But it's kind of hard right now to get an insanely high damage with insanely high armor. You kind of just have to go one way, and it's not really something I like, but I guess we're just going to have to get used to it. But here are my stats. I've got 81.9% weapon damage, 40% assault rifle damage. What's another one we can look at? I guess the armor, the health, all that good stuff. I guess we can look at crit. I wasn't really trying to go for crit with this build, but if you can slip in some more crit hit chance, I guess that'd be good. I guess I'll show you guys the mods on my assault rifle. So I'm using crit hit chance. I would recommend going for accuracy if you can have it, but I don't have that attachment because I'm lazy. I've got crit hit chance for the scope as well. And for here, I've got the crit hit chance laser pointer. And for the mag, I'm lazy. I've only got the 10 round. I know, I'm awful. Use the 20 round mag. I'm probably eventually going to farm it out, but for now, I'm probably just going to leave it how it is. But yeah, this build hits extremely hard. I'm going to leave you guys now with some gameplay of this build in the dark zone. I was running it earlier. As for the specialist, honestly, you can use whatever you want. Just make sure you have the talents that are spec'd into the weapon you're using. So make sure you put it in assault rifle. And once again, you can use pretty much anything for your LMG. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.